let's take a look at security policy in LumiCenter. So what is security policy? Security policy allows you to set restrictions on user login, password validity, and trusted IPs, etc. This helps you enhance the VMS security and integrity. Let's take a look at those settings one by one. Password policy. As the name suggests, this will put restrictions on the password format. You can configure the minimum password length to set the minimum password length. By default, it is 8 characters. You can also configure the number of passwords in history. Set the number of historical passwords for each user right here. If you specify 0, LumiCenter will not record historical passwords. The passwords stored in history cannot be used when setting a new password. Password validity period. From here, you can set the password validity period in days. After the validity period expires, the user will be prompted to set a new password. If you specify 0, the user password validity period never expires. The next option is username and password must meet complexity requirements. This determines if the username and the password need to meet complexity requirements. Select one based on your requirement. The last one is called Prevent Multiple Logins of the Same User Account. This is very easy to understand. This limits the number of sessions per user to 1. This also applies to web and mobile apps. Next part is user account locking policy. Under which circumstances will the user account be locked? First, maximum failed login attempts. This sets the number of failed login attempts to lock a user account. If you specify 0, then the user account will not be locked, even though someone tries to log in with the account many times. Account lockdown duration. This sets the duration of user account lockout on failed login attempts in minutes. If specified 0, then the account must be unlocked by an admin role user. Next parameter, do the following actions when system integrity compromised. This determines which action to take when system integrity has been compromised. You can either show warning to all users, or show warning to administrators only, or block all users without administrator rights, or even stop non-vital services of LumiCenter. Last but not least, we have the filter of allowed IP addresses. You have 2 lists here, so enter the IP address and the subnet to set the range of IP address from which a connection to LumiCenter is permitted. If the IP is entrusted, then the host from the trusted IP list can execute HTTP API queries without authentication. The latter is still under development, at least at this moment, which is September 2024. And now, this is everything we need to know about security policy configuration.